Our board progression is a drill series that we do every day that mainly works on footwork, hand placement, and also hat placement. And basically it's a 14-play drive that we like to start off every practice with. And you can see the progression as we go through here. We'll start out going down the left side with an inside zone or an inside running play, going to the right, and then we progress to an outside zone play going to the right. Then we'll flip the defenders over. We'll go inside zone to the left, outside zone to the left, and then we work on our down blocks and out blocks, going both right and left. It's a 14-play drive that we try to start off every practice with. Again, working on, with the focus being on our feet, hat, and hand placement. As you can see on this, the first rep that we'll take, we'll set the defender to the offense's right. So everybody on the right side, a right tackle, right guard, and center basically are working base blocks versus a wide aligned defender. And on the back side, the left guard and left tackle are working cutoff blocks versus a wide aligned defender. Now, or a wide alignment of a guy inside of them. So what we want to do here, the coaching points here, is I want to see them take a good lateral step. I don't want to give any ground on this. I want a lateral step. Second step is up the field. Getting that second step on the ground. Second step quickness is critical in this. We're trying to get our feet, hat, and hand placement. And the hat placement, we want our hat on the inside V of the neck. Hand placement in the breastplate. And basically, we're just trying to work a base block, knocking these guys off the line of scrimmage. On the backside, again, we're working to cover our defender up. I don't like the left tackle. In this particular snap, he's not getting his hat placement across where it needs to be. So what we're trying to do on the backside is cover the defenders up. Again, coming off the ball and working on our feet, hat, and hand placement. The second snap here, you can see now the defenders have come down. They're straddling the board. And so on this snap on the front side, our right tackle, our play side tackle and guard are going to work an inside leg drive block, so that if that defender's in a position where he could slant across their face, I give him the opportunity to instead of taking a base block or a base step, is to adjust to an inside leg drive block. Again, on the backside, working on covering the defenders up, knocking them vertically off the line of scrimmage. The next snap that you'll see here, we move the defenders back to linebacker depth. And now we're going to work on fitting up a linebacker that's working downhill into their gaps. Again, working on getting our second step on the ground, keeping a good base, and again, working our hat and hand placement as we make contact on the defenders and work them off the line of scrimmage. So we've done a wide aligned defender, a tight aligned defender, and a defender at linebacker depth. Once we get through those first three plays, then we're going to change the play, and now we're going to work an outside zone play versus the same technique. So we have a wide aligned defender versus an outside zone. And what we're working on here on the front side, we're working to stretch those defenders on the front side with our hat placement. On the back side, working on cutoff blocks on the back side. Obviously, the further away the defender is from us on the backside, the deeper the step that we need to take. So our left guard here, for instance, is working off cutting off a shade. Our left tackle is working on cutting off a 3 technique, and we want to take a good angle step where we can get our hat 18 inches across that defender on the backside. On the front side of the block, you can see the finish on the front side is we want to lock that back hand out and prevent that defender from falling back inside on the zone play. When we get them stretched, we don't want them falling back inside and coming off the block late to make a play. As you can tell by these drills, these are not, we're not coming out here with the intention of banging each other and really making it a hard physical drill, although you can do that with this drill. The intention of this drill is just basically your feet, hat, and hand placement, making sure that we have good footwork coming off the line of scrimmage. Now, as you can see, we moved the defender down inside where they're straddling the board. And on the front side now, we're working what we call a hand-to-sternum technique. This is where the defender's aligned a little bit tighter, but also what I try to simulate here is where the front side linemen have help inside. So, the right tackle is basically assuming that the right guard is working with him. The right guard is assuming that the center is working with him. The center is working as if the left guard is working with him, and that they could combo off of that. And what I want to see here is a good hand-to-sternum technique. We want our backside hand in the sternum, trying to keep our shoulder square, keeping our front side arm out of the block so that we can be ready to come off on a linebacker and climb up to linebacker level, assuming that we pass the defender off to the man inside of us. On the backside here, again, we've tightened down the alignment of the defender on the backside, so you can see the left guard and left tackle. We've changed the alignment of the defender so they don't have to take as deep a step. Now it's more of a lateral step cutoff. Again, working my hat 18 inches across the defender. Okay, then we'll move the defenders back to linebacker depth. Now we're going to work on fitting a linebacker that is scraping to an outside zone play. Now on this, the front side, on the front side of this play, the center, the right guard, and right tackle, I want them to basically work the second part of that combo block that they just worked the first level on. So now they're assuming that they're securing the level one and then working off on a linebacker, working my hat to the outside via the neck, still stretching that linebacker and allowing the back to make me right off the linebacker's fit. On the backside, you can see we're working on cutting off a linebacker from the backside. And the coaching point here is that I want the guys to put their eyes on the linebacker inside of the man that they're working to. So you can see the left guard, who's actually working to number 50, his eyes initially should go to 56. And the left tackle, who's working to 52, his eyes initially should go to 50. That way they can set their angle because you're going to go where your eyes take you. I don't want them putting their eyes on their linebacker. I want them to work a man across so that they can control their eyes on the backside and get a good angle to the linebacker. Once we go through those drills going to the right, all we do now is we just flip the defenders and we do the same drill progression going to the left. So you can see here we're going inside zone or an inside run play versus a wide aligned defender. Same coaching points, obviously just going to the left now. Then we'll tighten the defenders down. You can see on the front side here, the left guard here, he had a mistake, did not go with an inside leg drive, but I want an inside leg drive block on the front side of the scheme now. Backside, we're working on covering them up. We tighten the defenders down, then we'll loosen the defenders up to linebacker depth where they're fitting downhill. Again, working on getting our second step on the ground, reestablishing our base on contact, and getting good hat and hand placement on those linebackers. We'll widen the defender out on the line of scrimmage, work on our outside zone concepts versus a wide aligned defender, working cutoffs on the backside. Doing the same thing now as we tighten it down. Working our hand to sternum technique on the front side, 18-inch cutoff on the backside versus a tight line defender. Where we don't want to give ground, we want to take more of a lateral step on the backside now. We still want to get our hat 18 inches across here. You can see the right tackle's hat's not where it needs to be. It needs to work that hat 18 inches across the defender on the backside. And then moving the defenders back to linebacker depth. Working on securing level one on the front side, and then the term that we use is we'll skate off to that linebacker for width, trying to get my hat outside again, and then on the backside, putting my eyes where they need to be, controlling my eyes on the backside to set my angle to cut off a backside linebacker. Once we get through those drills, through those board progressions. We'll then angle the boards and we'll work out blocks and down blocks. So here you can see we're going to the right, working an out block to the right, and on the left side they're working down blocks. What we want to do is we want to take a good gap step. I want my, again, working on feet, hat, and hands here. Taking a good gap step, put my hat in the V of the neck, hand placement in the sternum, or I'm sorry, in the pec of the down defender, and then I want to use my hands and push-pull with my hands, being strong with my play side arm to make sure that that defender is not spilled back out across my face. So we do that going to the right. We flip the boards going to the left. Now the left side is working on an out block. The right side is working on a down block with the same coaching points. We do these drills every day to start off practice so we can focus on our fundamentals of feet, hat, and hands.